Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie, I am way behind on this one. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, though? Happens to be my Limp Brisket shirt. Yeah, buddy. I love this design. If you're unfamiliar with the band Limp Brisket, they were a nu metal band that started out, I believe, in like the mid-90s, but really broke through in the late 90s into the early 2000s. They were sort of peers amongst bands like Korn, System of a Down, that kind of vibe. They were a really, really huge band for quite a while. Eventually did sort of fade out as the nu metal scene in general kind of started to fade out. But they kept trucking along, doing their thing. They would tease albums every now and again. But they finally went over there and really started to regain some momentum in the past few years as the nu metal revival movement has been going on. And I was fortunate enough last year I got to see them perform live, and it was really cool. Actually, videos from their performance that I attended, those videos are on my channel, in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to point you in the right direction as far as their music is concerned, because I think they're absolutely incredible. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Why am I well behind on this one? Well, I've been aware of this particular item for a while now, probably over a month, and I just hadn't gotten around to it. Finally today I saw the opportunity. I was out at a thrift store and I decided, you know what, I'm going to stop off at a little place called Burger King, and I was going to go over there and get their featured Whopper. Ooh, featured Whopper. Just so happens to be, boom, but what is this? This is their barbecue brisket Whopper. Ooh, which consists of slow-cooked beef brisket, tomatoes, mayo, crunchy pickles, American cheese, what did I write there? Crispy onions, and then a golden barbecue sauce. Let's take a look at it. And looks like a Whopper. There's way too many pickles. Way too many pickles. But we're going to go with it. Way too many pickles and not anywhere near enough crispy onions. Alright, well, whatever. Let's get a thing for the thing. It's not terribly impressive looking. Let's give it a shot. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, we're gonna go full pickle on this first bite, because I'm most likely gonna get rid of the pickles after that. Yeah. It's not too bad with the pickle, I'll say that. Honestly, I kind of wonder if these are maybe like slightly upgraded pickles from Burger King's normal pickles. Oh. No. That was too much, way too vinegary. Okay. Let's do it without the pickle. Okay. Yeah, it's got kind of an extra beefiness to it. I see what they're going for with it. Okay. I will say, I personally feel like this present one that I'm eating maybe could have been spread out a little bit better. And I feel like certain things, because again, like I said, like I don't think I got a lot of the crispy onions. They're there, but I like the idea of the golden barbecue sauce, because you do get a little extra sweetness from it. But here's the problem. Combining that and then also having the mayo really kind of throws off that flavor profile. And mind you, I don't mind mayo. I like mayo. I don't even mind it necessarily alongside a barbecue sauce, but in this instance, I feel like it would have benefited. Here's how I would have built this. Because, and I've mentioned this in the past. Oh, by the way, well, with this being a burger review, it's going to end up on my Burgers for Days playlist, which is a playlist for just burger reviews. But I've mentioned this in the past. I feel like certain ingredients feel like a lot of places feel like they're obligated to put them on there, like pickles, a lot of times onions. I feel like mayo has kind of become part of that, even the tomato. I personally, if I were making this Whopper, ditch the pickles. I don't think they need to be there. I think they kind of throw off the rest of the flavors. Ditch the mayo. Let the barbecue sauce speak for itself. And maybe even the tomatoes. Like, they're not too disruptive, but I don't know. For something where you're trying to kind of feature it as like almost a little bit of a premium Whopper, I feel like putting those more generic elements on there instead of highlighting, highlight those crispy onions, highlight that barbecue sauce, highlight the brisket. That is what they should have done. But instead, by going over there and just kind of tagging in all this stuff where it's like, oh, well, it has to be there. I don't think it does. I know that you can make a Whopper without those things. You can make a burger without those things. All you need for a burger is a burger and, something to put it in. Because the thing is, I like the featured elements. I like the brisket. I like that it gives it an added meatiness to it. I love it when burgers combine proteins. So I'm all for that. I like the golden barbecue sauce when I get it, hits of it more by itself. I'd probably like the crispy onions if I got more of those. But, okay. Alright. 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I'm going to go with yes and yes. I think just for me, if I were going to get it again, I would probably customize it a little bit. For one thing, I'd probably do it as a double Whopper, just to go over there, because fuck it, I'm this guy, I don't need to explain what the hell. Definitely minus the pickles, probably minus the mayo. Maybe keep the tomatoes. I don't know, I could kind of go here or there on those. I like tomatoes on a burger, but again, I want to really focus on the featured elements, I want there to be more space for the crispy onions, but overall, I like the idea of this Whopper, and it is tasty. And again, I think the things that they added do add nicely to it. I just think, the other things that they felt obligated to put on there detract from them trying to create this premium experience. So I would customize it. Now, if I'm recommending it, I'm still going to recommend it. The last time I reviewed a Whopper, I think it was when they did their steakhouse Whopper. And that, I felt like, although I liked a lot of the ideas, did not come through very well overall. This, I think, does a better job, and I think it's closer to being kind of what they're aiming for. So I think that, yeah, I would still recommend this one, but again, maybe customize it a little bit to kind of fit you. Even without customization, it's still a Whopper. It's not bad for what it is. It's not amazing. But I will say that, I'm liking the idea of these premium Whoppers, but I think that they need to really work on their execution. That's my personal takeaway. But I still think, that it's overall pretty tasty, and, so it's not going to be a resounding recommendation, but I'd still recommend it. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there and have themselves a truly brisket-tastic rest of your life, because who doesn't love brisket? Except for people who don't. Final two things. Number one, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what do you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. When we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there, whenever possible, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, let me know what you think about these premium Whopper ideas. Like, do you think that they're pulling them off, or do you kind of feel like me where, they need to really kind of tweak these? Because, yeah, it's fast food. I get that, of course. But, at the end of the day, you're trying to kind of upsell your brand a little bit. So I feel like, occasionally, fast food brands have been able to show that, they can upscale themselves a little bit. So let me know your thoughts.